So when it comes to the NHS, they love to waste money. And I'm not just saying it for the sake of it. Like just the tagline that the NHS loves to waste money. Because it's an easy thing to say. So I thought I'd actually just bring you an example. Where, honestly, as we get through this, it just gets worse and worse. Because it's a job listing for the Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Champion within the Women's Health Network. And you can see there it's Public Health Wales. So I'm sure this is going to be up and down the UK. And I'll cut straight to the chase on this, because there's a reason why I picked this job out. Because you got the salary here. That is £105,000 to £139,000 a year for what they're calling an Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Champion. And I'll put some of the job description on screen so you can read it. But it just doesn't really make any sense. It's literally just buzzwords. There's just no sense about it or anything like that. It's just generic sentences. And you can see there where it says part-time as well. I did have a quick search to see if it says how many hours you work, and nothing come up. I'm guessing it's not like a 16-hour job. I'd like to think, like, for, 140 grand a year, I'd like to think that they're putting in some decent hours. But just that swing there between those two numbers, from 105 to 139, like just that, like, I would take that. The difference between those two numbers, that's a pretty decent deal. It's just one of those things, like if the NHS is going to do this, and just have these random jobs, they really can't ask for more money. Like, they can't have it both ways. Like, you got to think how many individual staff members that they could have, just in turn for having this one position. And there's probably going to be people under this, like it's probably going to develop into a team. So the amount of individual staff members, or just like operations, or GP appointments, but it just completely just goes out the window. I think it's just that thing where you're just spending other people's money, so you don't have that same attachment to it. Like, it's just up and down the government. It's not their money and they're not exactly spending it on themselves. So they just don't really have any care about like any value or anything like that. Like that same attachment that you get in the shops when you spend your money. You're not just sat there just buying all sorts of random stuff. You only buy stuff that you need. But when it comes to the government, and like I said, they quite literally have unlimited money. Like I said, they just don't have that same attachment to it. The same way that you would in a shop. But as always, I'll leave the link to the job advert in the comments. Just in case you wanted to apply. I mean, it is part-time at 140 grand a year. If you can tolerate, I don't think I'd be able to tolerate it. But if you can tolerate it for a couple of months, it's a pretty decent earner. It's just a shame that it's at the expense of the taxpayer. And if you liked this video, then feel free to check out this one, where Sadiq Khan has been repossessing vehicles. And as always,
this country has gone crazy.